Hello, I'm XToycat and welcome back to the video. So you might recall that they updated the brewing system with the most recent major update. They added brand new potions, the lingering potions, which you might have seen a couple of times, but if you're a survival player, you probably don't experiment too much of these because although they look really awesome when you throw them on the ground, they're not really that useful for a single survival person because they're mostly meant for groups or for hitting a whole bunch of stuff, which isn't something you do too often in survival. However, in today's video, I wanted to talk about these brand new potions, as well as the brand new brewing system in general, and talk about how it all works, but also some tips to make it a little bit better. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. If you do like the video, like and let me know because it helps out the channel and lets me know you do like these sorts of videos where I, help you make something a bit more useful for survival players like myself. Because again, the interesting thing about lingering potions is they seem like they're almost built from the ground up to be full multiplayer, but there is a couple of uses you can kind of find with them to do with solo. But first of all, let's talk about the pure functionality of those because there's a few things you can easily get confused on, and the first thing is how long these lingering effects last, because you might think that the time on the, the effect, so for instance 11 seconds here or 1 minute 15 is how long the lingering potions last. However, that's not true at all. The lingering potion is the same regardless. This is the length of the effect once you stand in it. And to quickly prove that, let's throw both these potions, the 11-second one and the 1:15 one, and quickly look at the really nice pattern it makes on the ground, but then to quickly show that they're going to fizzle out at roughly the same rate and pretty much the same time, within like half a second, because I threw them at very different times. So yeah, basically first thing you need to keep in mind is although the effects of them, whether it's luck or whether it's regeneration or whatever it is, that's the length of the effect once you go in there, not the length of the effect, as you can see right there, not the length of the effect of the lingering itself. There is no way to extend the lingering, and even if you use a weaker effect for potion, there's no real benefit to that. So if you can get, for instance, instant health versus instant health 2, they're both going to have the exact same, exact same length of the effect, even though they are ostensibly the same potion. So just keep that in mind. All of these, lingering things last the exact same amount. So if you want to have a cloud of something, go all the way for whatever cloud you want. It doesn't really matter, unless you want to have a really long effect as well as that too. So again, that's a really long way to go about saying like lingering. It's pretty much the same no matter how you do it, and that's kind of the big kind of key message you want to keep in mind there. And yeah, so that's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you know about lingering is how you can make it. So yeah, this is actually requiring a brand new item, which a few people are confused as how you get. So basically what you need to do is you need to get a bottle, so a regular empty bottle. You need to go to the Ender Dragon Breath and you scoop it up, and once you've done that, you get something called Dragon Breath. And then once you put your splash potions, it can't be a regular potion, as you can see right here. Once you put your splash potions in the brewing stand with it, you'll slowly turn those into lingering potions. So yeah, keep in mind that when you do this, you actually weaken the effect by a quarter. So for instance, this will turn into a jump boost potion of 45 seconds of effect. So yeah, you're getting like 4 times the radius, I'd say, than a splash, but you're getting 1/4 the effect. Also keep in mind, because the brand new brewing system requires blaze rods, and if you want to get new ones, because that's something that you kind of want to do sometimes, then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and grab, so use a hopper, put it on the side just like this, and as you can see, you can automatically feed blaze rods into there, and this is a really handy tip that I'd recommend. Like, have a hopper on the side, and then if you want to feed potions on the top, you can do that. But if you were, at the very least, you should have a hopper filled with blaze powder, because blaze powder is easy enough to get, but filling it every now and then might not be. So yeah, just an easy tip to make your stuff easier. It's kind of tricky to place hoppers on the side. It's just a little pro tip I've mentioned right now, because the hitbox on the brewing stand isn't the hitbox of the block itself. As you can see, you can mine right through if you want to. The hitbox on the brewing stand is only this little base right here. It's a weird little glitch thing, but it's a thing you need to keep in mind to make your brewing a little bit easier. Anyway, now we've done that, as you can see right here, we got ourselves some lingering potions. Also, you might have also, a small thing you might have spotted there is you get your glass bottle back because it kind of pops out. It's an interesting little thing, and now if we want to, we can go, find some Ender Dragon Breath, and we can go scoop this up, or because we're not really into that, we can go ahead and we can now throw these things. So anyway, today I said I'd talk about the useful, potions that you can actually use for survival, and really there is only 2 of them, because honestly, a jump boost potion, you can only use the full version for the full effect, which will come in either splash or regular form. This one is only useful if you want to throw it in front of you and then maybe go into it, or like maybe you want to get a mob affected. Really, there's not too many uses for yourself, because otherwise you're just making a nice effect and doing it that way. However, I quickly don't want to discount the full value of the nice effect, because it is a really cool, okay, well, it's gone now, but it makes a really cool, I guess, gathering of sparkles. It's a really nice thing, and it's worth keeping in mind that, yeah, you might want to do it just for that. If you do, then keep in mind complementary colors make it look amazing, and it's a very expensive way to do that. So if you want to just have a weird fireworks display with some lingering potions, you can, but if you want to actually use the lingering potions for their best benefit, let's talk about the ones that are useful for survival, because really, to me at least, it comes down to like 2, and you can maybe argue that the most useless one is useful just by virtue of being like all the other ones, but like, aha, look, I threw a thing just to test the range. But no, the 2 ones I'd say are useful are the instant harming potions, probably an instant harming too, but for now we'll use this so we can test it on ourselves, and the instant health potions, just again, same thing, just so we can show how it works, because basically the lingering harming potion can hurt a mob over and over and over again, and this means if you have a giant crowd of mobs, let's say, you've got like 30 zombies and a zombie spawner, or you've got, let's call this like 5 mobs in this low area, fire right here. If we want to kill them all pretty effectively, we throw that in there, and as you're going to see, it's going to hurt all of them repeatedly, because as long, I think the rage in that wasn't too great, I didn't throw it amazingly, but it actually can hurt not only the mobs over and over again, but it can hurt yourself in the same way. That didn't have the exact same effects in my testing, but basically, yeah, you can hurt yourself or someone else, or, mobs multiple times. In that case, it was just the one. I guess when people are affected by the thing, it actually lowers the turnout bit, and yeah, that's just something you want to keep in mind right there. So, yeah, as well as, the fact that you can hurt lots of mobs with it, and maybe use a few of them to kill 30 plus mobs, which, it has a better range than the smash potion, so you couldn't get all of these mobs with one of those, but you can get it with that. It's also useful for the health potion. So let's take a bit of damage. So the easiest way to do this is to run over to our lava. Let's take some lava damage, and let's show you what happens with the lingering health potion, because the same kind of thing happens where you can get multiple heals off this if you really want to. So let's take a lot of damage right there. So as you can see right here, I'm standing in it, and it's healing me over and over and over again, and this is a really useful way. So I only got so much of it, because again, you gotta keep in mind that when you're in it, it does kind of waste it a little bit. But yeah, basically that meant that I got something like, triple the heal I'd get from a normal potion, which means if you're fighting a serious mob and you have limited inventory spaces, so let's call it the Wither, let's call it the Ender Dragon, whatever you're doing that requires you to have this health, if you use a lingering potion, you get more healing per space than most other items, because you can get almost a full health bar from an instant health to lingering potion. So yeah, that's the kind of end point I wanted to raise here, is that the only lingering potions are harming, which even then you saw like you need a few of them, and could you really not go in there and kill them yourself? But harming has some uses, and healing has a lot of uses, because one, it works as healing yourself like 4 or 5 times and getting a lot of stuff done. So let's take like, what do we got here? Let's take another one right here to prove a point, or we could use regeneration because it's a similar thing. But yeah, having these potions are more effective for that sort of thing. And also, however, the thing I'd say that they're secondarily good at is that if you want to heal yourself and hurt all the mobs around you, because most mobs that you'll encounter just on a day-to-day basis, so zombies and skeletons is what I really mean by that, they're going to be hurt by the effect of it too. So yeah, let me show you this right now, just in case you're like, that doesn't make much sense, because this is one of my favorite little facts. So yeah, let's take a zombie, let's take ourselves, let's say the zombie attacks us a whole bunch, it's kind of scary. If we throw this on the ground, not only are we healing ourselves, we're hurting the zombie. As you can see right there, he's taking damage every single time, just from the cloud itself. So yeah, I'd say that's the real gold of the lingering potion and survival. Occasionally harming, really it's mostly just about, healing yourself and healing an area around you and hurting all of the non-dead mobs around you, which I know sounds silly that the whole point of this video is like, oh yeah, the new potions don't suck so much, except they all kind of do besides one, but that's the kind of synopsis I'd give from this. I'd say I'd say that's the summary of this whole thing. Like, realistically, there's a potion, maybe the second one, if you really want regeneration over thing, but again, I'd say a regular potion might be better for that. But yeah, I'd really say instant health is the best lingering potion, the only one that's really worth using in survival, but there's a few things you might want to keep in mind, just in case you want to do wacky stuff with them, because like I said, they are, capable of doing some new things that are kind of weird, like this first one here. So let's, we've got a fire resistance, let's go grab a one actually. If you put any, potion in a dispenser, it'll work just like a splash potion, but because it's a wide radius, you can do that to, like have some wide areas be lit up by stuff. So let's use this example right here. Let's say we've got our giant lava pit there, which we're scared we'll fall into, and we can have some tripwire, which triggers the dispenser. Let's just do it ourselves for now. So we have some tripwire up there that triggers the dispenser. So as soon as we do that, as you're going to see, boom, it hits it with fire resistance, and then, okay, so let's show you this right now. Now when I fall into the lava, because there's fire resistance over it, at least I hope that works, as you're going to see, I'm now immune from it. I take damage from the first fall, but then immediately this stuff hits me, and you could maybe use that in some grand build to make sure that you're extra safe, because splash potions are safe, don't get me wrong, but lingering potions have a bigger effect and are therefore safer, even if more wasteful. So yeah, key points to take away here. Instant health is amazing. Fire resistance maybe in this weirdest situation, but dispensers are awesome. But also that they all just look great. Like I think that's the real use we want to look over here. The fact that they look amazing, and please do keep that in mind. So good looking potions, not really too functional, but who really cares about that in Minecraft anyway? I mean, probably lots of you, but I don't know, words and stuff. So thank you all very much for watching this video. Like if you did like it, because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like this sort of video. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if someone subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, and do we say happy in 2017 yet? You know what, let's do it anyway. Happy 2017. Goodbye.